Wait, you guys haven't heard? It's the Very Real Fantasy Football Show!
The old golf truck.
All right, we're doing it. It is fantasy football for real. Take 3. Of course, you folks at home don't know that. But
way to show them how the sausage is made, bro.
Dude, I don't care.
Just so you know, we've been sitting here for 2 hours and we have Dick to show for it. Welcome to the show.
That's exactly right. For whatever reason, anyhow, whatever, man.
You guys want to see what sausage looks like? All right, well, that's one thing. You want to see how it's made.
I do love sausage, though.
Oh, we know. There's a reason this podcast is functioning at a high level.
Mm-hmm.
Sausage isn't as bad, but if you ever make hot dogs from scratch, you will not eat hot dogs for a while.
I've heard that you're not supposed to fucking do that, dude.
Just
make from scratch hotties, dude.
Made them. Had to make them in culinary school.
Really? Oh, well, you guys
that's what I mean. I literally have made hot dogs.
Yeah, well, that's like, hey.
Is it just
I made rockets. Like, dude, don't make. But I'm a rocket scientist. Oh, well, shit. Yeah, you're a culinary guy.
Is it just like ground up animal teeth, like from roadkill?
For hot dogs?
I mean, do you really kind of want to know? Like
tails?
Blood.
It's all the stuff left over that they don't use, like the lips and all that stuff, all super ground up.
What kind of lips?
And if you make it and you don't put coloring in it, it's gray. So we made it without the coloring, and then you cook them off, and hot dogs are naturally just gray and disgusting.
Like alien wang.
I didn't eat them for like years.
AW.
Just alien DICK up and
now I don't care. I eat them. I'm like, they're delicious.
I was gonna say, dude, you're telling me all this. I'm still gonna eat them.
Yeah. I know. And I still eat them because they're delicious. But
both willingly sit and eat glizzies.
Oh, dude, I'll glizzy it up. All right.
First of all,
so before we sound any older,
okay,
a bunch of guys in our mid 40s saying glizzies.
You know, in all fairness, if you're a generation and you're the one food you're gonna re-nickname and it's a hot dog. Real piece of shit we got coming up behind us. Come on, a glizzy?
Oh, yeah.
You guys couldn't take pizza and, do something cool with that?
No, they need
a hot dog. That says a lot.
They need to get off our lawn. Is what that sounds like. That was some real get off our lawn energy.
Hell yeah. A glizzy?
You skibbity kids.
Dude, I would have gone with like
damn rizzes.
No, those are all dope. I like Ohio. I like skibbity, whatever that shit is. But for real, look at all the food in the world. Like something cooler, like a milkshake, a glizzy.
Dude, I love milkshakes.
Let's go take the ladies down and get them some glizzies.
Not you, Eric.
But
milkshakes?
Not hot dogs.
No, not so much.
Dude, I love making lactose intolerant jokes.
You really leaned into it too. Like, hey, buddy, how about you? You like a rich, thick?
What's your favorite flavor of milkshake? Skim, whole,
puke,
2.5,
or farts? Or can't go.
They have lactose-free ice cream and milk, so I can make them, but I don't. I can't. I have to make them. You can't just go buy them somewhere. Like, oh, let's just stop and get a milkshake. Like, I'm not participating in that.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I'd rather eat cow lips than lactose-free milk. I think.
Oh,
Clutch cream run,
literally,
bro.
you cannot tell the difference.
Really?
Yeah.
Tastes the same.
Exactly the same.
Run.
It's literally an enzyme that gets added to it. That is it.
Michael Scott's nephew goes and gets ice cream and comes back with like corn nuts and soy ice cream. Don't you remember?
I do. Oh, I remember.
Nard dog. Clutch cream run.
All right, it's fantasy football for real.
Believe it or not, glizzies.
So, a couple big trades happened. Crayons, you want to make your Cam Akers joke?
I mean, I already did it, but Cam Akers.
Yeah.
Hey, big trade, Cam Akers. You guys didn't know. Went back to Minnesota.
So does your paper get delivered with the back page first, or what?
We're just we're doing a show for ourselves now at this point because we've already done this whole part, but we got to do it again. We got to set it up for the show, and I wanted to change the format of this show a little bit. Because we're going into week 7, as you guys know, because I just told you 5 minutes ago when we...
Easy there, Jimmy Dean. You don't have to keep sausage showing.
Also, Jimmy Dean, probably the best, store-bought sausage
No, good.
It's real good,
Yeah.
man. Jimmy Dean.
Always hot and never gray.
Yeah, real good. That pink coloring in there sets it off. But what we've done is just kind of go through game by game and go over matchups. And my thought was, yeah, okay, I think people know who to start. Like, we don't need to go.
So are we doing more of like a truth or dare or like a Ouija board or something?
Yes. Well, I've got a list here, Dan.
Oh, hell.
I've made a list of things to actually talk about. So this week, the trades, obviously, we're going to touch on because that's pretty significant. Yep. And then I've got a page and a half of injuries.
Oh,
Those are things you don't like to face.
Jesus, dude.
Anytime I get a fantasy injury, the number one thing I don't want to do is talk about it.
Oh my God, there's
It's
so
like the
many.
number one thing. I can't admit it to myself. Like, you're not hurt.
And then I've made, some notes on some games from this week where, a little bit, some just fantasy implications, questions people might have we could maybe answer because, everybody is starting Justin Jefferson. We don't need to go talk about Minnesota and say, yeah,
I just want to hear from
Justin
the
Jefferson's
people
in
who
there.
aren't like sick flex, bro. Like,
Right.
what do you got going on over
I
there?
just don't really need him this week, bro.
I'm in
I
a
don't know.
2-team league, and I was wondering if I should start Justin Jefferson or Jamar Chase. Thanks.
or end up seeing who will step up in those injuries, if anybody will, which we saw this past week of players step up.
We did.
Who did we see?
Well, we're going to talk about that, Dan.
It's on my list.
It's on the list.
tease.
We're going to get to that.
Friendly tease.
So the big trades that happened, obviously the first one was Devontae Adams to the Jets. Everybody got really excited
Yeah.
because did you guys see the Pat McAfee
Lloyd
video?
and Harry kicking it back together.
Back together.
Did you guys see the Pat McAfee video?
Yeah, where he sneaks in the background.
All of a sudden.
Yes.
Yeah, that was clutch.
He
Clutch
was
cream
there
run.
before, like the trade even went down before that show. Obviously, he was there doing it, and he's practicing.
Yeah.
Hammy's okay now, practicing.
It's
a miracle.
It's a miraculous
It's
recovery.
Absolute
when,
miracle.
When Kevin Nash had that fake broken leg ringside.
Oh, yeah.
It had that kind of
Big
vibe.
sexy.
Yeah, get off my lawn vibe, my ass. I got some wrestling vibes, brother.
So Jets are at the Steelers. So Devontae Adams makes his debut. Did we talk about we talked about this a few weeks ago, right? Like if he goes to the Jets, how we feel like it's bad. I didn't like that move. Was that us, or was I just talking to somebody?
I like it for both Garrett and Adams, and I like it for Rodgers. I like it. It's okay. What are you gonna do? You're gonna double Garrett Wilson. Are you really threatened by Allen Lazard? He's made a couple big plays, but he's not shredding the world up compared to what Adams and I'm just saying T. Higgins and Chase are really tough to cover, and it's not the first time we've seen it with like a Reggie Wayne and a Harrison. Offenses nowadays can feed to primetime receivers.
They can, but there's still a 1 and a 2.
Yeah, week to week though, maybe,
It's not going to be Adams on the Packers where he was getting 17 targets every single game.
It can't be.
Like,
They're going to
because-
throw
because you have Garrett Wilson
They got
there.
to play it to win.
Yes,
It
you
might
have
not.
Brees Hall back there. So it's kind of curious what the roles is going to be there. And Rodgers is 40.
He's a man.
He's definitely a grown man, and
God, 40s. Come on, bro. Don't
It's
diss
not that
age.
bad.
but let's see.
Oh, he's 40.
Let's see how good he is there. I think it'll go more towards Adams than it will Wilson because he's more comfortable with Devontae Adams.
For now, maybe.
I mean,
Yeah, see, dude, that's what I'm. Wide receivers are the diva type a little bit.
Yeah.
So I wonder, if Garrett Wilson is actually happy about this. Like, it's like he's in this relationship and things are going good, and but he hears all the time, about the ex from who lives out of town
you
and how
gotta-
great life was with the ex, and now all of a sudden the ex is in town, and guess
Yes.
what? I got an apartment right across the street.
yes.
And I'm going to be over for dinner, and and now Garrett Wilson's like, are you
tough.
So you're banging now, right? You guys are banging?
It's
okay.
It was
tough.
T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. Same thing we were talking about. T. Higgins, at first it was Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow, and then moved on, and then it was Joe Burrow and T. Higgins there, and then Jamar Chase just moves in across the street.
Yeah.
Jamar Chase has been, the
Now
one
they're banging.
over the two. Now they're definitely banging.
Just
Definitely
going
banging.
at it.
So it's like
Is this two dudes working out Or are they having sex?
Oh man, throwback. I mean, we start with glizzies and then we lead right into 1991
Adam Sandler
comedy
Gazette
series.
Coming up next, we've got some rankings, and I got a snake, man.
Oh God. Yeah, for fantasy, I think it's fine. I think Garrett Wilson. I mean,
Look, I have him
You
in a league,
still-
and I'm like, I'm sticking
Please.
by him because I don't really got a choice. I hope this opens things up. It's gonna. So here's my thing with these two: is they're both wide receiver twos for the rest of the year with top 5 weekly upside.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
that.
Wow.
Should be a
Nice
floor.
one.
Should be a floor
That's
of
our
twos.
newest donut I put out on display. You like that? I glazed that puppy up.
So I guess my question is, moving forward, Devontae Adams, new home. Where is he like in the rankings as far as the receivers in the league? Is he automatic top 10 now? Rest of the season?
I mean, he's in the top 20.
Yeah.
It just fluctuates week to week. We don't know how this truly is going to. Because the real problem with the Jets is they can't keep Rodgers standing straight up.
Right.
He's in your lineup. Let's just put it that way. You're
Okay.
starting him. You're starting Adams. You're starting Wilson.
think-
so.
We know what Rock's getting at. He wants to know who's got a bigger glizzy between
That's
Garrett
clearly.
Wilson and Devontae Adams. He's wanting to know who tucks it in the sock. We'll never know.
Let's say you have a Devontae and you want to now trade him because, oh man, people are going crazy about
I
it.
did.
He's
He got me.
reunited. Okay.
Bamboozled me, you son of a bitch.
A straight up 1-for-1. You have Devontae and somebody offers you
Say it. Say something.
And we're just talking
Chris Godwin.
this year redraft.
Yeah.
You take that one. Yeah, this year redraft.
I was answering his redraft.
Yep.
All right, so it's Godwin or Devontae.
Yeah.
I mean, you clearly have to take Godwin. He's
Yes.
proven to
So
you
far.
7 weeks that, like, yo,
Godwin is right now the number 1 wide receiver in fantasy football.
He is.
you don't say that.
All right. Well, his
say.
teammate, Mike Evans.
Adams.
Adams over Mike Evans.
Damn.
That was quick.
He was quick. I'm a little more hesitant. I can see where he's leaning on that, but I respectfully.
You don't have to respectfully disagree. You can tell him.
He's going to
Fine,
respectfully
fine.
agree is what he's going to do.
Fine. I disrespectfully disagree with
Asshole.
you, fucking jerk. Loser. That worked. Yeah, that felt better.
Yeah,
Thanks,
good.
EC.
You're welcome.
Thanks for letting me
Yeah,
really
just-
lean into that, you son of a bitch.
What about Jaden Reed?
Oh God, I love him. Fast as I can get him on my team. Let me get him.
Okay, so if you have Devontae Adams and the Jaden Reed owners, like,
I would take.
let's do it. Let's
Yeah.
trade. You give me Jaden Reed. You take Devontae.
Man, is
I'd
that
take.
something I can do?
I'd take Adams for this year.
Damn.
You want to find a guy like Eric.
Ooh. And I like it. I just bought Adam, so give me that.
What about Malik Neighbors?
Neighbors.
Are you kidding me, baby?
Okay.
Redraft, dynasty, kicker league. I don't give a shit.
Ooh, I've got a good one. Tyreek Hill.
Devontae Adams.
Okay.
And is Tua coming back?
Tua's going to come back.
I don't
this
need him
season.
to have his full faculties in 10 years, but I need him.
Point.
I need him this year, real
At
bad.
some point, probably is what the coach
I'm
said.
gonna tell you what, the overall body of work is gonna be better for Tyreek the rest of this year. I know everyone's hyped about Adams, but I think by week 9, whenever Tua gets back, there might be enough season left for you to want to have Tyreek.
Yeah, and playoff, like fantasy playoffs roll around.
I have him.
What if somebody sneezes on Tua and then he's just never plays football again?
That's not very nice.
Well, I'm
Hopefully he gets a hawk
That
Tua
would never-
before that happens.
I'm sure he's got some time off. I think he's newly married.
He's getting that glizzy hawk to it. Huh?
I mean, surely he's getting worked over a little bit. at
My
home.
thing with Tua and Tyreek is like, wow, people who dissed Tua, like he literally runs that offense. Both Waddle's dead fantasy wise. Sorry, I didn't mean to make that talk about slander. You gave someone Siffy earlier in the show.
Yeah, I
As a
did.
previous show,
I
maybe.
did.
Yeah,
But they also they have no back. They didn't even think that Tua could actually get injured, and that they would need a backup. Apparently, that would be good. Could have gotten Flacco for $8 million.
We'll get to Flacco.
But I mean, they
Uncle
did
Joe.
a horrible job in Miami of not being prepared if Tua got
gotta
injured.
stash a quarterback.
When you have a win now team, it's not like you're young. Like, yeah, well, we weren't going to be that good anyway, so we won't worry. No, you're expecting to be good and to go far in the playoffs.
How many humans are on the planet Earth, and how many are good at NFL quarterback? Like, yikes!
Not that many.
10 of them.
Yeah.
Shit.
All right. So moving forward, then rest of season starting this week, you'd rather have Adams or you'd rather have Garrett Wilson?
Adams.
I'm taking Garrett.
That's where we're at, dude. It's
I'm
tough.
taking Garrett.
Yeah. It's tough. So good luck out there.
Because here's the thing: which one of those two's had a hamstring injury already? I mean, I guess it's
Probably
fake.
both.
Somewhat.
yeah.
It's amazing that it was, and it was like a couple weeks, and he's like, "Oh, I'm already practicing, and I'm fine." But he was out.
Maybe he's pushing it. I don't know. All right, we'll see.
I think that was a phantom.
All I know
injury.
is if you had me go out and play tackle football all day at 22,
Here we go.
or if I was at 31, who's going to be more sore by the end of the year? The 31-year-old dude. So, what, you think I could just cover them both? Is that where you think I was going? No. I was just saying, younger man.
Who's getting his favorite receiver he's ever had to throw, and it could be his last year playing football.
It could be a trick.
Might be.
When you pull off that mask, it was such and such from so and so.
Good one. Amari Cooper goes to Buffalo.
I like it.
Josh Allen needed somebody to throw the ball to. Amari Cooper needed somebody to throw him the ball.
Yes.
Turns out they just didn't need Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, weird.
They're like, no, we need someone like him, but not him specifically.
Not him.
Okay, so we'll play the same game, but a shorter version.
All right.
Where's Amari Cooper fall then, moving forward?
Let me ask you something, Eric.
Nope.
Yep.
That's not how this works. I asked a question.
No, he changed the format, dude. You better shut that.
Format
Yeah.
changed.
Points lost. So far, I'm up.
It's only one question.
Okay.
It's around the horn now.
From this point on, Amari Cooper or Devontae Adams?
I knew it. I knew he was going to just blow the load right away.
Yes.
You got to let the host marinate
I
that
only
one.
had one question. I had to make it good.
He thinks he's the Rock.
It doesn't
Do you like
matter.
poontang pie?
I like Devontae over Amari Cooper going forward. I mean, I like Amari Cooper. I think it's a great fit, and I'd like to have him on my team. But I think I've never been like super fully on board with Amari Cooper. I feel like he's probably going to miss some games to injury. He usually does.
Yeah, but when he strikes, it's like a 50 bird.
Yeah, man. No, I know. I like it.
Here's
I like
the deal.
move.
Play breaks down. Aaron Rodgers.
As it will.
He's going to look like Woody from Toy Story running out of the pocket and just legs snap, okay? That's the worst case scenario. But the best case scenario is just sacked.
Yeah.
With Josh Allen, he's like, stiff arm a guy who will never walk again. Leap over a man who will never get laid again because of that. And then throw it to Cooper, who gets his third fucking touchdown of the game. Bam! Let's go, Cooper!
You should
Dan?
get into play-by-play, dude.
Same question to you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cooper or Adams for the rest of the year?
Cooper, baby, let's go!
For real?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
roided up right now.
Yeah, you are.
Yes.
Wow.
Extreme over there.
I have no reason to take roids, but here I am on a podcast. Just ripped.
All right. I like the move a lot. I think that Buffalo is in the bottom in all of the passing stats for the season.
Yeah, that's why they needed it.
They really, really needed it. And
How
James
many
Cook,
years did Stephon Diggs lead the NFL in receiving? I'm just saying they know how to. They have a system.
Yeah.
They know the part that was missing to the system of their offense. Is how I feel with Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, all right, we got a plug and play situation. With New York, they have this thing they're trying to build, and they're just trying parts. They're like, dude, just run up to AutoZone and grab every windshield wiper. We'll just start trying them. It's not how it works. You got to know specifics.
do you feel like everything happening in Cleveland this season is proof, like
That
just
karma's
without,
real?
Yes, without a shadow of a doubt.
Do you think that the Browns are like they have to do this? Like the commissioner's like, look, there's not much we can do anymore to this guy. So what we're going to ask you guys to do is just make his life suck. Keep trotting him out there. Keep running shitty plays. Start trading dudes. Fuck you.
I think he couldn't believe that he got so much money and it was fully guaranteed. And of all teams that would actually do it would be the Browns. And then he's
Stupid Browns.
like, dude, like, I'm cool. I have all this money. There's nothing you can do about it.
It's definitely not the weight of like 50 rape allegations that's doing it. It's definitely not that.
You think Nick Chubb is like, actually, I don't know, man. My leg is still kind of sore. I'll probably just...
No, he's a grown man.
I'll probably just keep riding this bike for a little bit. I'll let you know.
I think he takes
don't call
the
me.
ball.
I'll call you.
I think he takes the ball from Deshaun Watson first handoff and like snake bite, like the little dick punch.
Oh yeah, the old DP.
Yeah, grabs it and just knocks him right to the nads and runs. And I think Watson's just
so
like,
funny, dude. If every play somebody found a way to just nut tap Deshaun Watson.
Right. In the huddle, he says break, and the lineman's just like nut shot. Just I don't see why not. I've seen people when they tackle him, everyone's in his ear hole, man. It's awesome.
Oh yeah, good.
Because F that dude.
Remember at your wedding, I was trying to get everybody, all the groomsmen, to nut tap you.
Dude, that was not cool. I think my brother was the one who was
Charlie did
most
it, dude.
I
down.
was like, I'll do it. It's my brother.
Yeah, Charlie did it. He was the first one, and then none of us did after that.
No. He's down.
You just
Ceremonially down.
You're up there in front of just God and everybody.
God and everyone.
The most just glorious, wonderful day of your life. Just
Man.
and your brother nut taps you.
All my
Right in front of everybody.
so cups are recommended.
It was my idea, just so you know. That was me, and then I didn't do it, and nor did anyone else.
not what a
Charlie's like,
champion
what the
would
hell's wrong with you guys?
just inappropriate.
Yep. So that was funny.
Didn't even feel good. You know what I mean? It was rude.
Well, time to cover some injuries real quick. I don't think any of
Unlike
these guys.
my nuts.
Yeah, I don't think any of these guys have a problem with their nuts. But Cooper Kupp working out with trainers
I
and
used a Cooper Cup on my wedding.
yeah,
Son of a
coulda
bitch.
used- I should have tied that in better. That's on me. I'm slacking.
Yeah, it is.
Yep.
You got one
Speaking of
cup.
needing cups, the Rams could use a cup.
Yeah, they could.
And he's working out with trainers. Outside shot he plays this week, but probably not. But maybe week 8, Cooper Kupp back.
That helps.
Yeah, Jonathan Brooks.
If you're not dead already. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's some guys 0-6 like, oh, Cooper Cup's coming back. Cool. At least you can trade him. Well, if you're in a redraft, you're at 0-6. I'd consider doing a lot of things. And
Yeah, well, I just quit. I think for a redraft league, it's cool to have like some sort of high point, something. I don't know, to keep people.
well, I mean, if you're
Engaged.
if you're 0-6, you ain't winning no goddamn high point.
You never know, man.
no.
Well, some people do like pretty much. You do weekly.
Yeah.
Right? Like, okay, well, I won high point 4 weeks, so I get. They have multiple ways that they
Look,
divvy up a lot of money.
If you don't know how to play fantasy football right, I'm not going to teach you. Look, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do, but sometimes
Like, just learn how to bang yourself.
I mean everybody should know by now.
You'd think.
There's plenty of tutorials.
Plenty of people still playing non-PPR 2 running back leagues.
That's so stupid,
So-
dude. I hope they don't listen.
Probably like 2 tight ends.
but also, if your team's terrible, I've had some bad teams in redraft, and what I wanted to do was make everybody else not make the playoffs too.
Right.
That was my whole point.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not going to make it, but I'm going to try to take everybody else I can.
You try to be
with
the
me.
disruptor, but that's you.
yeah, you have integrity.
Yeah.
Me, on the other hand,
None.
I'm gonna see what people do in the back doors. Like, you got $20 bucks?
bet.
You got something we can trade? I'll give you all my guys. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I'm ready to jump off a cliff.
Zero integrity.
That's why I play Dynasty. You got to have that for keeps mentality.
That is one of the reasons I like Dynasty so much. Is it?
It's
keeps
easy
you-
to lose your integrity if you go like 0-8 in a redraft.
Yeah,
Huh?
man. What are you doing?
You're like the
then?
Joker. You're like, I just want to watch the world burn.
And sometimes you draft like a great team, but then injuries happen.
And you just run up against dudes who go off sometimes.
Yeah.
have their best weeks. Everybody has their best week.
I'm in a league where I'm 2-4 and I'm the second highest scorer and I've got second most points against me. Hell yeah, I'm 2-4.
Fantasy, yeah.
Some bullshit, Craig.
But with that though, you still think, well, law of averages, I'm going to pull off from some wins.
Yeah, I mean, I have high hopes. I traded for Adams. I'm
Like-
ready to do this.
I'm in a redraft league where there's 3 IR spots. I've got those full, and then I've got 3 other dudes on IR
Just
on my
chilling.
bench. Just like this is my
And
life.
obviously, they're not droppable guys.
No,
'cause,
not
you know,
droppable. I got to hold on to them. I can't pick anybody else up.
what's your record?
I think I'm 3-3.
So you're still floating. You just got to hold.
Somehow.
Just stay put. What can you do if you're not getting trades offered? No one wants your jib. Then
Right.
keep trotting it out there.
Jonathan Brooks, rookie running back.
Regret drafting him.
They opened the practice window in Carolina, and he's supposed to start practicing a little bit this week. But keep an eye out, dude. you never know. Rookie running backs, they can be Cam Akers.
Yeah, well, I sacrificed Brian Thomas. Brian Thomas, sorry. I've been playing fantasy football a long
Yeah,
fucking
man.
time.
Old Mike
But
Thomas.
it's also because Chuba Hubbard's looked
Yep.
Chuba's look good.
do.
looked real good out there.
But Chuba Hubbard's been Chuba Hubbard for, 10 years now? We know what
Chuba
Chuba Hubbard
stinks.
is. Yeah.
24, 25?
Yeah,
Is he
he's
that
young.
Yeah, 10, 11 years.
10, yeah, 5, 6, 7.
Well, I mean, he's
of
been
them
Chuba
things.
for like 24, 25
It
years.
feels like he's been in the league since like 2011.
It
doesn't
does.
It?
I'll give
It
you that.
really
He does feel like a wily 32-year-old.
Yeah.
But he's young and he's looked
And he's
really
big.
good for
Like,
him.
I was
Nimble.
like, Chuba.
But still, they drafted Jonathan Brooks.
With
and
equity,
he's-
yeah. He's first one off the board for running backs in the second round.
And with all the injuries, yeah. So keep an eye on him. He might be coming back. Jonathan Taylor not practicing, question. But the Colts, I don't know if karma's real, then they got some stuff going on that we don't know about there.
Yes.
Because, man, they might have it worse than Cleveland right now. Jonathan Taylor not practicing. Anthony Richardson, full practice. Welcome back, Anthony, but you don't have anybody to play with because Michael Pittman not practicing. They might put him on the IR. Trey Sermon not practicing. Josh Downs not practicing. Like, is practice just Anthony Richardson out there?
Just doing an Uncle Rico.
Yeah,
dancing
dude,
around, just looking around everywhere, just bobbing and weaving.
He's just got a little camera set up like we do right here. Just
Shadow boxing for him out there.
Man, I've never hated anyone's actual playing skills versus how much I love their potential. Like, I am hammered. I'm laying in a gutter somewhere in a big city, just drunk off Anthony Richardson's potential.
yeah. Yep.
Roped. Hey, mister, you got any change? Lou, honey, stay away from that guy. He's drinking some Anthony
Yeah.
Richardson potential.
Well, maybe someday he'll be good, but
Rolling down the street.
And we all have him in a league.
oh yeah, of course we do. We all do.
All of us
We
do.
all love that.
I don't know if
potential.
anyone spent as much on their particular amount of potential sauce that I lost everything.
No, you win.
I just lost everything. I told you.
I had it all.
I can't decide if Anthony Richardson or milk was a worse decision.
This week, Colts are at home. They host the Dolphins, and the Colts are 3-3, despite all of the craziness happening.
Somehow.
But Anthony Richardson should make his return this week
Look
at
forward to
home.
that.
With it's just him on offense going up against the Dolphins, and they might have a chance to win that game.
Yeah.
So
Because the Dolphins are that bad.
yeah, football is weird. Rasheed Shaheed meniscus surgery, multiple weeks minimum, potentially the rest of the season.
Yikes.
Yes. Not sure if they put him on IR yet or not.
They haven't.
But they're waiting to see how bad it was from the surgery. I'm like,
Rarely do I come into this show, and I mean that never do I come into this show and hear for the first time that one of my fucking guys is hurt. I know everything. I'm always ready.
You didn't know that?
Didn't fucking know.
oh, yes.
I mean, you just kept saying he's hurt. I'm like, yeah, he's dinged up.
No,
Meniscus
dude.
surgery.
No.
I'm like, that can't be too bad. Maybe it's a
Yeah.
cleanup. And you're like,
Can't be too bad.
and then you said maybe the season. I'm like, hey. I mean,
Literally, they don't know how bad it is until they do the surgery.
according to you a-holes, it's because of that zero.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
exactly
yeah,
right, dude.
Real cool. Well, thanks for the update,
Like
boys.
zero, huh? That's how many more games you're
gotta-
going to play this season, dickhead.
We got we got any snacks, boys? This show sucks. I'm real depressed.
Well, Chris Olave's bell's still ringing. He's not playing this week either. They've already ruled
So
him
what?
out.
Taysom Hill's pulling an Uncle Rico and just
Taysom-
chuck it in the air and
Taysom
running,
Hill is doubtful.
getting out some of that garage door lube. Just
It's Spencer Rattler throwing the ball to
Bud memes.
Bub.
Bub. Sorry,
Bub
Bub.
memes.
you can find me at the Bub. Bottle full
Bountiful,
of
you
memes.
got it. Bub Means, rookie receiver last week, 8 targets, 5 catches, 45 yards, and a touchdown.
Sign him up, everyone. Run to the wire. Blow your fab.
Dude, they did. He's gone. Everybody's got him now. He's
I
picked up.
can't wait till he busts a zero on your back.
I mean, yeah,
You're
they,
like, oh!
they are at home against the Broncos tomorrow night.
Dudes who picked up Bub memes for like huge amounts of money moan when they wipe their ass.
I'm just hitting buttons. I don't know what's what. The whole board got reset.
That was money.
Alvin Kamara is limited in practice, so we'll see. No indications that he's not going to play, but
About that life.
Kendra Miller back off IR.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
sure if he wasn't active last week, so don't know if he will be this week
He's
or what's
proven
going to
a lot
happen there.
since he's
but-
got to the league, like that he can't stay on the fucking field.
yeah, he
So,
knows how to collect a check. And
Yep.
No threat.
Speaking of IR, go and check your rosters, everybody, and make sure you don't have non-IR guys in IR. There are guys now getting activated from IR,
If
and
you're
I've
on-
noticed in a lot of leagues,
That people do that.
people still have guys just sitting
It's
in
not
their
a
IR
decent
spot.
site then, because
And then what it does? No, you can have that, but what it does is it locks your roster.
locks you.
Then you
Okay.
can't do anything.
yeah, if you're an idiot ass, just do that. Who cares? Everyone already makes fun of you in your league if you're that one dude who like lets dudes who are injured stay in the starting lineup or bye week dudes play. Go fuck yourself already. I mean, everyone already hates you. Thanks for your money, but everyone like. I don't even want to name names because I'll just go to your house and fight you in some of these leagues. I mean,
Anyhow, you've got one of those guys in our radio league.
who? That
You
I'll fight?
No, you.
What?
You have a guy on IR that's not on IR.
It probably happened like 2 seconds ago. And don't worry, I'll switch him with fucking Shaheed here in a minute, bub.
I'm just kidding, dude. You don't. You're clean.
Yeah,
You're clean. You checked out.
That's why I'm like, I don't. That's why I'm like, bro, I don't know about Shaheed. What happened?
Meniscus, bro.
That's like deep.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
You guys
it's
were
not
like,
good.
oh, he can't
I'm
find his
sorry.
car keys. Like,
He's been off. Don't worry. So now he'll get you 0 from your IR spot instead of your starting spot.
well, no, I mean, I was liking some of his tender games. I was trying to package and deal.
Oh, yeah.
Get me a prime time, like a one pick, some Shaheed sauce. Just a little.
you're not now.
No, now I got to put garage door lube in the deal.
Yeah, you do. GL. Aaron Jones, light practice, but should be coming back.
I don't know. They got Cam Akers. I don't think they need any other
That's a
running
good
back
call,
right now.
man. That's a good call. They do have Cam Akers. Devin Singletary, still questionable, but seems like Tyrone Tracy is maybe better.
He's looked good.
Yeah.
He's looked good.
I mean, anytime you're around the greatness of Danny Dimes, it's just he just makes people better.
Definitely makes everybody so much better.
How'd that go for you last week?
Well, I'm not a fraud. I plugged him in there, but also I didn't have a choice because the other guy was ruled out.
Okay.
But I stuck the dick on the line and put him in there, baby.
That DICK was on the line.
It got sucked, but not how you think it did.
Dallas Goedert not practicing. Deontay Johnson not practicing. Jaden Reed
bums.
limited in practice.
Fire.
The aforementioned. Derek Carr doubtful. We talked about him. Spencer Rattler getting his second start. Deshaun Stevenson not practice, and not Deshaun Stevenson.
I'm like Deshaun Stevenson.
Ramondre Stevenson.
Craig Sanderson.
Yeah,
He's out.
John Jimerson. Yep,
Jim
Ramondre
Richards.
Stevenson. Marvin Harrison Jr. got concussed last week, so
That sucks. I got love for my dude.
they haven't ruled him out, but I
Doubt he'll play.
doubt he's going to play.
A lot of majority of the players who have been concussed in the game have not made it back the next week.
Just
True.
pass your concussion test. Just walk in and be like, what are the answers?
The thing about that is
Just tell me.
the big letters E. The thing about that,
Always.
it's a doubleheader on Monday Night Football again this week, and the Cardinals play Monday Night Football. So just prepare, get somebody else in your lineup because they're probably not going to officially rule him out until it's too late to do something else. Most
Or
likely.
just be an asshole and leave your lineup.
Yeah, do that. Jordan Mason, Niners running back. He was on the practice field with a non-contact jersey.
Oh, I thought you were going to say non-contact injury. I'm like,
Oh, that's the worst. Yeah.
yeah, that's the worst update you ever hear. Like, oh, my fantasy player went down. Did he get hit? No.
Like, no, he just fell down by
nobody
himself.
touched him.
So he's done for the year. Okay.
Wan'Dale Robinson, limited in practice. James Cook.
Wandale Welker, you mean?
Yeah, right?
That's my
I'm
dude.
telling you. James Cook, partial walkthrough.
Limping, that means.
Yeah.
You can't put Wandell and Welker in the same sentence.
Both starts with W.
Dude, Corona has a
Yeah,
light
You
beer.
just did,
Sure.
actually.
There's light beers. bro.
Grammatically, you literally just put
Yeah.
them in the same
I did.
sentence.
Damn, that was.
I did.
Like, I bet I get you to gamble by the end of the show.
I bet
You're on.
don't.
You would have had to say, you can't put Wandale, period.
Yeah.
In the same sentence, comma.
I didn't write it out.
Semicolon.
I didn't write out the sentence.
Did you really just say Wandale? Question mark. In the same sentence as Welker?
As well.
I mean, I wasn't like I just felt like it was like his, like in his image.
Well, yes, but Welker was
A god.
yes a PPR top
But he's
5 wide receiver.
He's like
He got 10 points
like
last
a
week.
god in like a shittier
Way
situation.
Multiverse.
shittier. Way shitverse.
But it's still similar. Okay, it's like Wes Welker his first day.
Wes
at the
Welker
Dolphins.
go out there and put up like 26 with 13 for 104.
Okay.
And he doesn't remember any of it.
I fucked
No,
up. All right.
no.
I don't think it's from the hits as much as the ecstasy.
Yeah,
recreational
the hits of ecstasy.
Yeah.
Is that or was that just reckless? We just throwing those
No.
accusations out
I
there.
bet you $100
Lots of
he's
hits
done.
of ecstasy for Wes Welker.
I bet I could pull up an article that says Wes Welker and Molly in it.
Let me see. I'm going to do that right now.
Do it. I bet Kentucky Derby pops up too.
Brian Robinson. Oh, yeah. I remember that story now. Check this out, guys. Practiced in full.
Yes.
Positive injury news. And then
Is about as it. What
what?
kind of positive?
he practiced in full.
Oh, HIV.
No. Oh. Nope. Travis Etienne is doubtful.
Get him out of here.
Is he
Get him out of my
doubtful?
sight.
I wasn't sure if he was doubtful or
He is
questionable.
doubtful.
I figured he wasn't going to play because he's left multiple games
Get
injured.
him the fuck out of here.
He's got that big D by him.
Every year there's a running back that goes in the second, first round area that just fucking train wrecks teams. So far it's Travis and Christian.
Wes Welker.
Hopefully you guys have picked up the
Molly.
Sanders. And the
Wes
Brady's.
Welker shocked by suspension, denies he was on Molly. This is Hey, this is the 10-year anniversary. This is 2014, 10-year anniversary of Wes Welker denying being on Molly.
No, dude was totally ripped.
All right.
He was giving away money to strangers, bro, like licking his lips.
Oh yeah, that's how you know.
All right.
Achan practiced without his non-contact jersey, so he is coming back, it seems like, from that concussion injury.
Man, you hate to see him get tackled.
Well, the good right. The good news for Achan is Raheem Mostert is just back in action, and I think Achan's better when there's another running back.
Yeah, he gets spelled. He needs 11 carries. He can go for 200 off it.
Right.
You start getting over 15 carries, that's when he gets hurt.
He's not a bell cow that grinds for those. He needs to just pop with those huge plays.
He's a greyhound. You don't let a greyhound run a marathon. He gets out there, he sprints, and probably beaten and put in his cage.
Yeah.
It's a terrible example, I guess, but you know what I mean? Real downer for the dog racing industry. Sorry about that. So it's not that example per se, but you know,
Malik
he's fast.
Malik Neighbors, limited practice. They are optimistic. I think he is going to be back out there this week.
Boy, you got to get Danny Dimes on your team, folks. He's
Great
about
news.
ready to take off.
Great
second
news
half.
for Danny Dimes.
And now Slayton looks good. I mean,
Yeah.
here we go.
Well, Slayton had been good before, decent, but
He'd shown flashes.
Last year he wasn't as bad. I mean, they'd paid him. They didn't want to start him, but he always kind of rose to the top of that shitty receiving core.
And that's
that
what it is.
they have. But yeah, now he got a chance with Neighbors out, and he shined a little bit. And they're like, oh, okay. But it'll go back to just Neighbors and Wandale. And
It will be.
is what it'll be.
Yeah,
Danny
Slayton,
Dimes can't support 3 wide receivers.
Not a chance. I can't believe how well he's done with these two.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
incredible. Rashad White, questionable, but also they've got to be just leaning so much more towards Bucky now.
Let's just put it this way: they had the best game with their running backs last week without him.
Yeah, I mean, you want to talk about a guy just losing his jib.
They won't because they just probably won't.
I mean, he's good, but Sean Tucker just went
Sean
ape shit.
Tucker, dude.
Just
Okay.
went out
Who
there.
I
and
kept on
just-
my bench in Dynasty for a year and a half, just dumped him, and he finally did what I thought he could do, and guess who lost out?
You picked him up back in one,
I did
didn't you?
one league, yeah.
You got him
I
in
was
one.
preemptive. It's in the league where I'm rebuilding, so I grab anyone
Yes.
who even
Yes.
Smells like Similac.
Sean Tucker, 22-year-old running back for Tampa Bay, came out of nowhere last week. 14 carries, 136.
Well, to the layman.
And a touchdown, 3 catches for 56 more yards, and another touchdown. Sean Tucker was last week the running back 1 in fantasy.
Yikes.
Yeah.
I almost started him just because I'm bored over in that one, in the league.
Should have. So what do they do now? Like moving forward, assuming Rasheed White, Bucky Irving, and Dynamo Sean Tucker all healthy, who's the back you want going forward?
I mean, you want none of them. You want someone to stay hurt, and you want Bucky.
Yes, I picked up Tucker in the only league that I had a chance to get him in, and it could have been
Which
a waste.
League was it?
The radio league.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
it could have been a waste of money, really. But I'm going to hold off because you finally saw it actually happen. But I think it was a game that the Saints sucked. The Bucs just scored so many points, the Saints were just giving up. We suck. We got the rookie quarterback in there. He's throwing interceptions, even though I thought that he looked good. But they were just terrible, So I think everybody was they were just all eating.
Bucks are at home Monday night. That's the first game of the doubleheader. They host Baltimore. A couple of 4-2 teams. That should be a good game. Are you just benching all of those running backs, though, for this game?
I would play Bucky.
Yeah, Big Buck.
Would be the one.
Captain Bucky O'Hare.
Of all of them, it would have to be Bucky. But also, did Tucker probably just have his Isaiah Likely game?
It's likely. Hey,
that was pretty good.
Yeah. Bucky Irving is Fantasy Pros top ranked out of the 3 at number 22 going into this week. Yep, old Bucky. Then the other 2, I'm scrolling. Rasheed White is number 51. I'll have him in a lineup or 2 because that's my life.
Rasheed White has been one of the most inefficient rushing running backs, but PPR he was decent because he caught passes.
Yeah, and last season he was just on the field so much, and it was such a high usage rate. But now this season they don't have to.
He's been exposed.
Yeah, and they don't have to run anything through him. He's just on there. Here we need 2.5 yards.
Yes.
Here you go, Rashad. Hit your career high, please, with this one. All right, Dontavian Wicks questionable, limited. Jerome Ford not practicing and might miss a few weeks.
Hammy.
Yeah, so
damn hammies.
Once again, just the Cleveland Browns.
Yes.
Getting Cleveland browned on.
He has not been good anyway this year because nobody really for them has.
Nope. Sucks to see. Chicago and Dallas on bye this week. We mentioned the Thursday night game is Denver and New Orleans. So Seattle goes on the road to take on Atlanta, and I made a note here because what finally happened last week for you, Big Dan?
What did happen?
Bijan.
Oh, he got it on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he was no Sean Tucker. No Joe Mixon.
No. Keep going.
But he was, that's it. Then it's just Bijan right after that.
Medal. Way to go. Mm-hmm. I paid 2 first-round picks for that DIC.
Yeah. Uh-huh. But 15 carries for 95, 2 touchdowns on the ground.
And got absolutely vultured by serious threat Tyler Algier.
Yeah.
Algier had a game, too.
If you're in Dynasty, hear me out, sneaky move. If you just happen to have him as not only the handcuff for Bijan, but you just have him, you're like, I'll sell him to the Bijan owner for whatever. Hang on. He's the kind of guy that turns into like a Burner Turner going from behind LaDainian to... You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he's the kind of dude that does it. Doesn't seem sexy or like it will happen. It fucking will.
Burner Turner, like if there were a fantasy football Hall of Fame where it just like you take a player at his peak and that's how you make it. Like you don't have to burn long, but if you burn bright, you're in the fantasy football Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah. There's guys who have had fantasy football games like a week or half a season or what that we've put in that Hall of Fame, let alone a full primetime year.
But Burner Turner's in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially for somebody who never caught passes but was one of the top PPR running backs.
It was amazing what he did for just a couple seasons. He just carried the ball 32 times a game.
Yes,
every
caught
game.
13 passes a year.
It couldn't have been more than 3 seasons, but how about Priest Holmes?
Bro, Priest Holmes, definitely.
Wow.
Priest Holmes did it at such a late age, too.
And he did so good. We haven't had a running back like that since.
No, and I mean, Kevin Ogletree's probably got his own special wing.
For 1 week. 1 week of Ogletree.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of who, Peyton Hillis, maybe.
1 year?
Yeah.
1 year where he was just
oh
a
man,
star,
look at this guy.
Absolute star.
Yeah, I want to think of some more guys that would fall in because that's funny.
You have that, then you have the guys who never quite, they're supposed to be so good, and they never. The Trent Richardsons, who had that 1 year that was decent and then terrible. Darren McFadden, who was just so
McFadden, dude.
superstar, and you're
Run
like,
DMC.
let me see it. Felix Jones.
Oh, Felix.
You're like,
oh my gosh,
oh my
dude.
goodness. Oh, but he's gonna
Remembering all these guys now.
Please, trade him to me. Let me get him. Oh, I can't trade him. I can't trade. And then just nothing.
You've got
Such
it.
high
You've
hopes
got the
the heartbreakers.
Oh.
I mean, they just break your hearts.
I always bring up Ladarius Green because that's
yes. It was always the potential that never happened. But these guys were like top picks that you saw. Ladarius Green wasn't quite a top.
Well, he
pick.
was the guy. What happened? He was supposed to take over for Antonio Gates and be because he was like a physical freak.
And he had 4 touchdown game, and that was like
That's the game I won.
That's where you won.
Skrilla on DraftKings. See DraftKings.
Cedric Benson, maybe.
Cedric Benson was. They should have drafted him because they had Thomas Jones, Bears, and then you got Said Ben. But then when he went to the Bengals, he was much better.
Yeah.
You know who got me moister than an oyster?
Oh, okay.
Moister than an oyster.
I like that.
Miles Austin.
Oh,
Yes.
Miles.
When I pulled him off the waiver wire, boy, did I strike it.
Who was the other guy that you that same year?
Mike Sims Walker.
Mike Sims Walker. I love these names.
It's a year I'll never forget, man. I slept good that year.
These
It's
names
like
are
two guys that were just great. But
Don't mean to pull up my pants, but that was back in my back-to-back title days. Shit, boys. Seems like yesterday I was laying you boys down, putting it right where it needs to be.
All right.
Thanks for that, Krieger. I got the fantasy spank banks reignited.
I wrote this game down just because I didn't want to pass over because you're a Bengals fan, but Cincinnati goes on the road to take on the Cleveland Browns this week, who we've talked about a lot.
So we don't have to cover Cooper.
No, we don't have to cover anybody.
What are we doing with Jerry Jeudy? Praying to God he gets traded too, or what?
they signed him to an extension. He's there.
So I love the player, but he can just never live up to any expectation of a first-round wide receiver. It sucks. At what point do you just say you're not Sidney Rice?
I want to see the betting of the
Sidney Rice, the 1 year wonder, also. Man, pretty much.
Guess what the line is? Bengals at Browns.
I don't know. I'm fucking pissed if it's us underdogs.
I can't see.
You're
that.
definitely not
Okay,
underdogs.
all right.
I can't see that far
10?
anyway, so you
Okay.
don't have to cover.
10? 10.
What do you think?
10 cover?
I'm going to say, is this for how much the Bengals are going to
How
beat
much
them?
are the Bengals going to beat the Browns by?
Oh,
What's the betting line?
I'm going to say 7.5.
Whoa.
6.
Nice job, Vegas Krieger.
The Bengals are only a 6-point favorite against the Browns.
Yeah, the Bengals have been that
It's
bad
a little
too.
disrespectful.
The Bengals haven't been good by any means.
No, but
No.
I mean, we usually eat
But the
shit in
Browns?
September.
Yeah.
It's what we do.
Yeah, good
It's
call.
No longer September.
All right, couple of good games. Houston 5-1 goes on the road to take on Green Bay 4-2.
Good matchup.
Yeah.
Might be the game of the week.
Yes, Nico Collins. It might be, but wait.
There's more.
There's more.
Let me take you back to your apartment and pack your shit.
there's every week I'm like,
Obscure
God, these
reference.
games suck, but yeah, Run Ronnie Run. If you guys haven't seen it, you need to see it. It's
Good
one
luck
of,
finding it.
one
It's
of
not
the
streaming
funniest
anywhere, and
movies.
you can't find it on DVD. I'm looking everywhere.
Yeah.
If someone has a copy of Run Ronnie Run,
I do.
I'll give you my PO box. I want it. You have it?
Yeah,
Let
dude.
me get it.
I've got Run Ronnie Run. Are you kidding? I've got that DVD in my collection.
Oh, that's good.
I've got my DVD tower.
Let me get it.
Just kidding. I don't have a DVD tower, but I do still have that DVD somewhere.
I got a DVD tower.
I bet
you
you do.
use yours though. You probably use yours. Someone let me get a damn tower. I collect.
I think where I got it, but I got a DVD tower.
Hell.
Yeah. So Nico Collins still on IR. Tank Dell,
Tanking it up.
Yeah.
No limit
Yeah.
soldier style.
right?
Yeah.
Stephon Diggs and
Make him say Joe.
Joe
Mixon.
Mixon
Phenomena.
made a triumphant return. And here's the thing.
Triumphant. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I would say
Nice.
is he didn't hurt his hamstrings or anything doing all that running last week.
Good
so
to go, dude.
should be another week of Joe Mixon for you.
He promised, if healthy this year, that he was going to be eating loads, large man loads. You know, like the kind that men carry.
Yeah, the kind Eric was
That
talking
you
about
eat
last
into.
week.
Yeah, you bite into them.
The kind of Dan's talking about now.
You know the kind you go tss, 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 with the GL.
But yeah, Mixon last week 27.2 fantasy points.
Juicy.
Just came back, went all the way off. Matchup a little bit tougher this week. Actually, no, Green Bay's not great against opposing running backs. So
Turns out.
another good week for old Joey Mix.
There's, besides Wicks, I thought there were some other receiver issues with Green Bay.
Well, Jaden Reed is questionable.
A little dinged, but Romeo Dobbs is back.
Yeah, but
He scored 2 tutties.
oh, he did.
Yeah, Watson.
Yeah, Christian Watson had the other. That's why I wanted to bring up Christian
I'm just
Watson.
trying to. Their wide receiver room is very, very fluid.
It's hit or miss every week. Man, we talk. I mean, it's every week when we bring up Green Bay, we say the same. Jaden Reed, yes. Somebody else is going to score fantasy points.
Can't tell you which one is going to
No
be.
idea who. Wicks, Dobbs, Watson. Nah.
Someone's going to light it up, so just have one, trot him out there on bye weeks and pray.
Who
Yeah.
was Kraft?
Oh, old Tucker
Tight
Kraft.
end.
Yeah.
Didn't do anything last week.
Doesn't matter. He's still probably.
Yeah, that was probably good enough for tight end 5.
Let me see.
He put up like 3 points.
Yeah, he's still tied in 5 on the season with his 3.5 last week. So
There it is.
Tucker Kraft, and he's got a questionable tag. Big Tuck.
Cuban B.
Limited participant in practice. All right, Detroit 4-1 at Minnesota 5-0. I told you we got some good games this week, man. Detroit lost Aiden Hutchinson, though. That's bad.
That's such a heartbreaker.
That's bad.
Then you got to come out and play Minnesota.
Who's just world beaters?
That's
5-0.
tougher than Gopher Bowls.
Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold. They're fresh off a bye. Aaron Jones might be coming back this week. Sam Darnold, going into the bye, did not have a strong game.
No, it's his worst outing of the fantasy year. Smelt a little bit more like New York Sam Darnold.
But
than
they still
New
won.
Improved.
Of
Hey,
course
they won.
did.
Fugazi.
Of course they did.
It's a fake.
Yeah, he's
Didn't need him to put up superstar numbers.
he's doing his best Patrick Mahomes impression. Just, hey, don't have to be good. We'll
Nope.
still win.
Not at fantasy, at least.
Yeah, not at fantasy. So any interest in starting Sam Darnold this week?
Yeah, forget about it.
I mean, what if you got
What if you got Anthony Richardson?
Oh,
Sam
shit.
Darnold.
I'm Sam Darnold for sure.
Sam Darnold.
Love to freaking punch Anthony Richardson in the dick, man.
You get emotional every time we bring up Anthony
I
Richardson.
put a lot on that, man. A lot.
I mean, Dak Prescott on a bye, and Caleb Williams, who looks really good, obviously on a bye. So there's a world I can see where you're like, you and me, Sammy D, hand in hand, doing this.
I mean, he does have Justin Jefferson, who could go absolutely fucking off, and Addison.
Yeah,
Who-
Jordan
he could
Addison.
easily throw 4 tutties.
Sam Darnold or Pat Mahomes.
Ooh, Pat Mahomes could just taste better. I can sleep at night knowing that I trotted out the goat.
I would put in Sam Darnold.
Well, then me and you will see it in parking lots.
Yep.
Sounds like.
See you.
I'll
see you
You count on me.
in the
Parking lot. Fantasy parking lot.
I will tell
3
you
o'clock.
tell
Bike
you
rack.
that Fantasy Pros agrees overwhelmingly with Eric Kranz. They have Sam Darnold at 8,
I thought this was one-on-one, bro. You're gonna bring the entire Fantasy Pros website to the fight. All right.
And Patrick Mahomes way down at number 14. Mahomes is at San Fran, and also he doesn't score fantasy points.
Can I just say in my defense that those rankings always turn out the fucking way they say they do?
I'm just.
I'd like to match up some of these sites where they're like
Frame of reference.
I put out rankings every week. I want to know how many times they're right because it's probably not. Often.
It's just frame of reference.
Pat Mahomes has not
These are
been
predictions.
fantasy relevant, like huge this year or last year as much. Like ever since Tyreek was gone, that was his. They still win games, but that was his home run hitter where he was superstar Mahomes. Fantasy superstar Mahomes. I'll say
Sam Darnold is at home against Detroit with no Hutchinson chasing him down. He's going to have a little more time to throw the ball.
One would think, yeah.
Theoretically,
a pass-happy offense. The Chiefs went a lot more run, more balanced offense than.
Why won't these guys go out and do what we're talking about? The shit on paper. We got all this mapped out. Just do what the fuck we said.
Just exactly.
They're going to go out and it's going to be exactly what we didn't want. Ty Chandler's going to go ape shit.
Stupid Ty Chandler.
God. Have fun Sunday, everybody. It's going just like you think it is.
And then Detroit's backfield, man. I mean, Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery.
Trot them out there.
There's no better running back duo in the league, is there?
I mean, besides Bucky Irvin and Sean Tucker.
And Sean Tucker.
Jesus.
I mean, there's not. I mean,
I thought about skipping the parking lot for sure. Going to be there now for sure.
Maybe Lamar and Derrick Henry. We'd have to think outside the box.
Giggity.
Yeah.
Look.
Okay.
Is there anyone else in the league when you look at a coach, like you just look at him, you don't know anything about it, you just look at him. Are you shocked that Dan Campbell's like pro run?
No.
Right. Let's run the ball.
We're going to run it.
That's the manliest shit you can do in the NFL is just, we're going to run this ball down their damn throats. You know
Coach, it's 3rd and 12. Don't care.
There's two kinds of coaches in most sports. There's the Dan Campbell ex-jocks, and then there's just, what's up, my nerds? Some analytic,
So that's a weird thing, right? Because the NFL is getting more and more towards the Mike McDaniel and the Kyle Shanahan, the skinny dork guys who have these intricate offenses that nobody can scheme against.
The guys that Todd Packer walks up to and says,
yeah.
What's up, my nerds?
And then you just have Dan Campbell in Detroit, of all places. Just looks like he's wrenching on cars and then coaching football.
If he had a little bit of some dirty fingers and a rag and he's wiping
does.
it like this, I'd believe he knew exactly what he's talking about when it came to my car. He's like, tell you what, that carburetor's fucked.
And somehow
It is.
he's got the Lions at 4-1.
Yeah, they're good.
They're really good, man. They might be the best
Super
team in
Bowl
the
favorite
NFC.
in my brain.
What a huge trade for them was when they traded Stafford. And
I think-
they got back from that, and the Rams ended up getting a Super Bowl out of it, so they're fine with it.
I think that was a good trade.
And the Lions, huge, and like golf, they're like, no, he's going to be our guy. He's going to be a bridge, and then it's like, no, he's just going to be the dude.
The Vikings are a 1.5 point favorite at home in that game.
Seems right. I mean,
Basically a pick 'em.
it's going to be just a bash.
Yeah.
Yep. We got KC 5-0 at San Francisco, Super Bowl rematch. San Fran 3-3 at home.
They need this one.
Don't.
And everyone
don't they
except
ever.
for T Swift wants these loser Chiefs to lose.
Niners are a 1.5 point favorite at home.
Get them.
Please.
Wow.
Dig in.
Is that a surprise?
Yeah, I'm going to bet that one.
Okay.
Dude, your team's screwed. He doesn't even gamble. He's coming out.
know, dude.
He's
I'm
just
like,
like, oh, it looks like
What do
I'm
you
picking
mean?
up gambling.
What do you mean?
He saw that line. That was like his first hit of blow right there. He's like, yep, that smells good.
That was great. I'm going to do that.
Jeez, man.
Degenerate motherfucker all of a sudden. Good day, fuck it. Yeah, you're done, bro. 3 and 4 is in your future. And it's not Purdy because he's pretty damn good.
He seems to be legit. A lot of it was like, a system guy, all those weapons. Well,
yeah, and the knock on him was he was tiny, and I looked at his stats. I'm like, dude's like 6'2", 220.
He's not
230,
little.
and he's
Yeah.
yoked.
Yeah.
So the theory on that's done. Problem the Niners are going to have is figuring out what the weapons are going to put around him because they're going to have to pay this dude.
Yeah. No, that'll be.
He's worth it. I love him.
Yeah.
Is Purdy like how Darnold is in Minnesota right now? The perfect coach, the perfect system.
Oh, of course.
that they're in. So I mean, like
It always is when a player's successful, right? Like if they're good, then the system and everything's successful.
But other players can go into other places or systems and still be successful.
So you're saying, are you saying he's only good in this system? Is that what you're
He's
saying?
a star in this system. Is he just good in another system?
We won't know.
I feel like you're trying to hurt my feelings.
No.
And I don't like it. So
He's trying to put saran wrap on your toilet and tell you to take a
She's
shit.
like, go.
Yeah.
Go take a tinkle in there.
just it's all over me.
Oh, so
Yeah, he's really good, Eric. He's just good everywhere. He's so good.
he is. He flexes.
No, I'm a fan. I'm a fan. I really like him. But is that what it is? Is because Darnold was bad everywhere.
Right.
Well,
Back up last year where San
Francisco.
Now he goes to
he
a
learned
pass
there.
happy offense, and he's really good.
I think there's a lot. I mean, there are not that many times in history when a quarterback switches teams and is still as good. I mean,
they're usually
Brady
later
in
their
Tampa
career.
Bay.
Is anyone good at
Right.
the Jets? I mean, Jesus Christ!
Right.
Even Aaron
No.
Rodgers went there and shit the bed.
Yeah.
Hasn't thrown through. You know what I mean? It's just walking into that stadium. You're just a jet.
If they, I guess what I was getting at is, will they bring in a different quarterback and not pay Purdy so they can keep paying the team and have a superstar team? And do you think that they can get another quarterback in
the
there?
stars
to
are
do that?
aging out, like the Kittles and the Debos. They're already 30 and 29. They're aging out. It'll be Ayuk stuck there, and then they'll draft well. Hopefully,
They're going to pay Purdy.
yeah, a Purdy
They're
penny.
going to. Yeah.
I mean, they should, because at a point not too long ago, they were bad when they had
don't
Nick Bosa at the
see-
number 2 pick. I mean, they were bad.
I don't see how you can sell that to your fan base, bro. Like getting we're gonna just let Purdy go.
No, we the people love Brock Purdy. He is our sweet, sweet baby boy.
Tender.
But
Yeah.
it's a legitimate question, like,
It is.
like where you get
I
that.
mean,
I obviously
you're
think that
a
they pay
hater.
him. But I mean, it's one of the, like in Dallas with Dak.
Oh, that
Should have they gone with somewhere else? I mean, he was MVP conversation last year.
That was last year's team. This year's team, they didn't address any of the issues. They
Yes,
got
But
yes.
Dak can never make it to a Super
they,
Bowl.
No, and they
Not
don't
on
have a lot
Dallas.
of money.
Brock Purdy lives at the Super Bowl. He lives there.
But
Yeah.
but
But he
was
doesn't
that a bad
No, he
investment
doesn't
by
win 'em.
Dallas?
But he lives there. By Dallas, yeah.
Bad to pay him
No,
now or let him
no.
go. I mean, because who else were they going to get to be
It
able to
wasn't-
put there? It's just a legitimate
It
football
wasn't
question.
because it's so hard to find quarterbacks, man.
Yes.
So, and if the qualifier we put out there is if you don't win a Super Bowl, it's a failure, and then you shouldn't get paid that money. Oh, you shouldn't have paid that money. You didn't win any Super Bowls. It's like they only one quarterback a year gets to win the Super
Yes.
Bowl, and it's always stupid Patrick Mahomes. So the
God,
rest of the
so
quarterbacks
stupid.
can't just all get cut.
so fucking. So is it harder to find an NFL quarterback, or is it harder to say goodbye to yesterday?
It is so hard to say goodbye to yesterday.
yes.
To yesterday.
But I mean,
But-
I'll take with me the memories.
Oh yeah. Memories. Yeah.
But I mean, it was one of Dak.
Sorry, you go.
All right.
The rain.
Dak has been never won a playoff game. Am I right?
Sucks.
Why don't you rub it in,
All right.
dude? He's probably listening.
Definitely listening.
is that
But
real?
I don't think he's or is he won
won
one?
last-
I think he won.
Or is it
He won
one
last
game?
year.
One.
One game, and he's 30, so he's been the starting quarterback for like 8 years. He won one playoff game. Why are you going to continue to pay? Why don't you reset it? Is it because Jerry Jones is just so old and he's like, just pay so
Yeah.
we get a chance?
Yeah.
Like I would,
The alternative was nothing.
I get that.
They brought in Trey Lance.
Oh, and because he looked like a star.
Dak works more than the McDonald's ice cream machine. I'll give him that.
Anthony Richardson has played twice as many or 3 times as many games since high school as Trey Lance has.
Yeah.
No one's pulled off a better robbery.
All right, you guys want to move on?
Sure.
Jets at Pittsburgh. Sorry, we've okay. Few notes on this one. Obviously, Devontae Adams we've talked about. I mean, you're still starting Garrett Wilson and Breece Hall. Does this bump your Aaron Rodgers rankings up a little bit? Are you considering putting him in?
Can't have one without the other. I mean, you can't have a boner about Devontae Adams and not think that boner's connected to Aaron Rodgers.
You got like a softwood, kind of just a little softy.
You put that together in your head as you were going.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes I just start a sentence and I don't know where it's going to end. You know what I mean?
Michael Scott.
I'm like, well, I'm definitely going to get boners involved. I know that much.
I think that boner's
I'm
attached.
like, all I need is 2 names and I'm going to stick these dicks together. That's how she goes, boys.
Yep.
A lot of fantasy and dicks. Sorry about that.
I mean, Fantasy Pros has Aaron Rodgers at number 24 behind Justin Herbert, Bo Nix, Andy Dalton.
Look, you're excited now that he's your QB too. Before you were like, dear God, if he goes in,
waiver wire.
Yeah, I'm pissed.
Okay.
But with that being said, you're way more pumped about Devontae Adams, and Garrett Wilson's going to have good, efficient games. I think his efficiency goes up.
Some news from Pittsburgh. Did you guys see this? Russell Wilson practicing with the first team.
Yeah, that's so stupid. That's a Tomlin.
He's in consideration.
Look, Tomlin's getting
start.
cute because he's got job security. Any other joker in the league with his good record right now that says he's going to. So, look, let's say that Russell Wilson and Justin Fields make the same mistakes while passing.
Yes.
Okay? That's been proven. They both have been the most sacked quarterbacks over the past 2 seasons or whatever the stat is. All right. Well, Justin Fields can run. He might miss open guys down the field, but he can at least run and make up. Russell Wilson can just and only die when in the backfield. He can just curl up and just curl up and be like what I would do.
I meant to hit the wah, 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 and I hit the laugh track.
Cheer me on, are you not entertained?
Russell Wilson can die.
Yes.
Also, Fields kind of has a similar situation as what he had Chicago last year. He doesn't really have that many weapons in Pittsburgh right now.
I'd argue he has way less than he did in Chicago because at least DJ Moore functioned as a 1.
And Cole Kmet.
George Pickens is an absolute shit show. I would not want any shares in him.
So their thing is they're going to bring in Russ Wilson because he will improve the pass game. And I'm like, with what star receivers? I'm like, Fields is having to run. That's how you're getting your scores.
The Steelers are 4-2.
And you're talking about switching to Russell Wilson?
Scored, I get it, but at least we'll see. Watch. Russell Wilson's going to come out and it's going to look like boner fest.
The thing is that you could do is that you could destroy any confidence in any future that you want to adjust Fields. Unless you are adamant that you are not going to sign Fields after this year and that he is not going to be part of it and he will is
35-year-old washed up Russ Witch.
I'm just saying that's the only
Broncos Nation
thinking that I could imagine.
Let's ride.
Besides that,
ride some glizzy.
Besides that, you have to roll with Fields.
Agreed. Monday night doubleheader.
Glizzy.
Baltimore 4-2 at Tampa Bay 4-2. I told you there's some good games this week. And then the Chargers are at Arizona. Arizona's 4-2 also.
Yeah, that's surprising, but it's not really. It feels like Kyler Murray's just good, and now he's getting unlocked. But the Marvin Harrison injury.
That's a little bit devastating. As far as Baltimore goes, man, I was really interested to see how Derrick Henry would look, but man, I didn't see this coming. Did anybody see this? I know everybody's like, "Oh, this will be good. It's a good match."
Yeah.
I saw it
pretty sure I was saying it
to this extent.
Yeah, he's a man amongst boys. And then you've got the RPO and all that shit that goes on with Lamar. I mean, I just think it's too much it's not like he's a good older running back. He's a good older running back who's a fucking man.
Dude.
The number one running team.
He's fast.
From last year. Look at who they had as running backs last year. The Gus Bus. And who else?
That's pretty much it.
That was it. Now you bring Derrick Henry there.
Justice Hill, maybe.
I mean, J.K. Dobbins, the 2 games he played, both started, he looked good.
Yes.
So, and I'm not putting him in the same category with Derrick Henry, but I'm just saying it's no shock to me. They've always wanted to run the ball. They just never had anyone to do it.
They never had the, yes. They would have done it with Dobbins, and he always got injured. And now
it's
they're
like
like,
having
we're going to
blind
bring
mail
in
carriers that are like, this guy can see.
And he's a monster. Derrick Henry is so big, and
Look up his face when he runs. They've got it out there. They've got close-ups. It looks like
terrifying.
Pretend like a 1,000-pound bull coming at you. It's just like Jesus.
So Mark Andrews had a Mark Andrews sighting last week.
Yeah, buddy.
15.6 fantasy points. We've also had Travis Kelce the last 2 weeks.
Yes.
getting 15
Coming
and
back.
16 fantasy points. So are the tight ends resurfacing or
And Sam Laporta with a 52-yard bomb.
Yes.
That was it. It was only one catch, but it was a 52-yard touchdown.
I mean, we've always said the X factors in this league for years were the tight end position.
Yes.
The Jimmy Grahams, the Antonio Gates, the what I mean. The
now I'm
Travis
trying
Kelce's.
to X those guys out of fantasy. I don't even want them.
And I'm
I'm
gonna
here for it.
Fight you tooth and nail on that.
I know you are.
You're gonna take that L, dude.
He's
You're gonna take that L. I
Not
You
guarantee.
sound like baseball purist guy.
I guarantee it. When me and Dan put this to the vote in our leagues next year, like, you guys just want to get rid of tight ends because
People, we're replacing it with the flex. Everyone's gonna be like,
yep,
boner.
it'll be you and Kyle Stark.
And
Yep.
Yep.
That's right. And that one, and Adam Stark, and Roy.
And Roy.
And everybody else will be like, nope, I just want to keep the tight ends. I have an advantage. I have Sam Laportas. I have these guys.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
wanna
there's a
keep
lot
them.
of dudes in that league that just hate the shit out of fun and logic.
Well,
Oh, it's not that. We'll
No.
have this argument a different time, but
yeah, we
No,
are.
I'm
running
I'm all
out of
for
time.
keeping the tight ends.
And
We
I
can
understand if
just
you've
add it to the parking lot list, bro.
you've
All right.
invested into these guys. You know, I get that part. In Dynasty,
Then it's just
tough.
running backs and wide receivers and a quarterback.
What would be more
Yeah.
disadvantageous changing all of a sudden? Taking away the tight end or adding a QB flex, like making it a super
I don't want to do
flex?
that.
Oh, no.
I'll
See,
quit.
see. Oh, look
Yeah.
at that. Look
See,
at that.
well, there's your answer.
Yeah, I'll quit the league.
Holy shit.
Both of them.
What a
That's
I'm not
where
doing,
he's at.
dude.
now.
I am not doing super flex. Not in the leagues I care about.
what a bitch.
Yeah.
See, listen. And he gets that mad about it, and I'm just saying, keep the tight ends. Not even trying to change it.
I'm telling you right now, if you like tight ends, bitch. And if you like just one quarterback, also
No,
bitch.
no, not true. Two different things.
Two cents. I hear Eric and you
Way
can't-
way different things.
No. I like cool stuff, and it sounds like you guys are only on board with some cool stuff.
Nope. To each their own, unless
No,
they disagree with me.
absolute- Yep,
That's
there
what it
is.
sounds
Yep.
like. That's
Fight.
what it sounds like.
Fight.
Because what if I'm like, well, then I'll quit the leagues if you get rid of tight ends. I'll
Hey,
just be done and
you
I
ever-
quit.
You ever seen?
There
I
you
can't
go.
remember what it is. It's Ice Cube.
I'm done to quit all this anyway.
Ice Cube points like
Done with
this.
fantasy football. We made it to 7 podcasts, and that was the end.
We hit the milestone.
We did it. We succeeded. We're a
Time to
success.
wrap it
We're
up,
done.
dude. We're all ready to fight over roster spots.
I'm willing to
That's it.
commit
We're
a
all going to the
homicide on this
parking lot.
podcast. Let's go.
We're all going to the
Cord wrapped
parking
around
lot.
your
The
neck.
fantasy parking lot. It's happening.
I
well-
said my piece.
Yeah.
Snitches.
All right. Well, I can't play our outro music because the board's messed up.
Probably
Yeah.
won't even work and won't record anything.
You
and
do the
it'll-
drums, I'll
recording.
do the guitar.
Yeah.
And you do the, oh, you didn't fucking know.
That's the intro.
Oh, yeah, sorry. The outro's similar.
Just
leave that out.
simply an instrumental. But I
I
can add that in post. So I'll try to sync it up with what you're doing right now. Yep. We can do it. Little hi-hat. Well,
Some of that lube spray I brought out.
all right, fellas. That was interesting. We'll try to tighten it up for week 8 a little bit. I'm gonna try to get this board working.
Tell your friends.
Yeah, I'll definitely tell your friends. This is a fun podcast. Here's the thing. Are we the most informative? Mm-mm. Are we the most accurate?
Not a chance.
Absolutely not, dude. Are we the most well-informed ourselves?
I didn't even know Rasheed Shaheed was fucking hurt before the show.
Do we have the most high-quality equipment? Clearly, no.
Take 4 going down.
Take,
right now.
yes. Hopefully this recorded.
We'll
It took
see.
us 4 days to make this episode.
Do we have the most fun?
Clearly.
Yes.
Probably.
Yes.
Probably so. That's all that matters. All right, guys. We'll do it again next week. Hopefully,
Fun than
if
Blake
everything is
Bortles
still
at a
working.
Chew convention.
All right, see you guys.